Hello, okay, some more game editions then. Yeah, a few good Amiga games here, a couple of specials for me. Dreamcast game and a couple of old Amstrad games. Without further ado though, I started at a boot fair the other day, actually went to one, and I picked up 2 items for 50p each. That was all I bought, to be honest. That's about 3 boot fairs this year and that's all I've come back with, so not too good. Anyway, 50p each. GameCube controller, not an official one. Really good condition, perfect condition actually, fully working, 50p. Bargain. Second thing is a game. Not sure if it's a bargain or not yet. 50p, can you really argue? PlayStation game, really early one, Shockwave Assault. Big box of course, there you were. Now the back, a bit grubby on the back, so you probably can't see the screens too well there. Anyhow, this is from the early days of the PlayStation, and it's in the era when FMV sequences were coming through, stuff like that. So there are quite a few on-rails 3D shooters, which this is one. I think it's on rails anyway, I haven't played it yet. And obviously in between the action bits there were dodgy acting, dodgy voice acting, stuff like that. So 50p, who knows. 2 discs, a manual, another disc in the back there. On the back it says 35 minutes of Hollywood quality full motion video. 30 locations to go through, loads of missions. And there's also got Operation Jump Gate, and I thought that was a sequel. Is that the same game or is it like a add-on? I'm not too sure. Should have done some research first, shouldn't I? Anyhow, 50p. I'm not going to argue too much there. Okay, moving on. 2 old Amstrad games. First of these is a clone of a better known game. See if you can work it out from the front there. Yes, it's a clone of Donkey Kong from Timesoft Software. This is a really old ancient company. No screenshots in this. Looks like someone's just coloured in the cover, doesn't it really? But it's actually quite a decent clone of Donkey Kong. I mean, Donkey Kong come out in the Amstrad, it's okay. It often goes for a fair few pennies. That was 99p. Second one is also 99p. This is, I don't know if it's a clone or the other game was a clone of this, but 3D Monster Chase. And the clone I'm thinking of is the game you got free with the Amstrad, 12-pack game called Sultan's Maze, which actually you could buy originally if you're mad enough. But the inside graphics there, you can see what I mean. Really slow, early if you like, dungeon crawler. But the front cover is quite interesting. It's got bats on the cover holding keys and looks like bombs or something. You see that? Interesting perhaps? I don't know. Yeah, it's a really slow game anyway, so I wasn't playing that too much. But 99p, you know. So. This one wasn't 99p, this next game. It's for the Dreamcast actually. Came out in 2009 this game, so way after the demise of the Dreamcast. It's called Ducks. Nothing to do with, I think, an old Nintendo game called Ducks, if I remember rightly. This is similar in places to R-Type. Some screens on the back. See them? Yeah. So yeah, 2009. 6 levels of horizontal scrolling shoot 'em up action. Typical high-res 2D it says in the back. And it is quite sparkly. To show you quickly inside some of the manual. Shows how to play the game, of course. Tells you your weapons, the bombs. You've got the typical bouncing lasers. You can see there. And I think, if I remember rightly, yeah, it does look pretty spiffy in places. There's the 6 stages. So yeah, not played this yet. Not set up the Dreamcast quite a while actually. I've actually slimming the size of my Dreamcast collection, games I don't play, so I don't know if I'll be doing a video of that or not, I don't know, but looking forward to having playing that though. Okay, on to the rest of the games actually is all to do with the Amiga. So first up then, this was, I can't exactly call it a nostalgia trip because I never played this game back in the day. But I don't know. I read the books. And this is related to. The books were Dragonlance series, which are fighting fantasy type, all that sort of thing. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons and all that sort of thing. I read loads of them when I was a kid. Even before these games come along, I read these books. Anyhow, this one is called The Death Knights of Krynn. Yeah, Krynn was set in the Dragonlance series. This is actually a sequel to a game called Champions of Krynn. Yeah, a little mark on the... There's a sticker on there or something that's been pulled off and it's taken away a bit of the artwork. Now the artwork there is actually from a book called something along the lines of Lord Soth or something. It's about a character called Lord Soth. He's a Dark Knight. He could just touch you and kill you, stuff like that. Anyhow, yeah, the back of the box. Did I show you that? Can't remember. Cracking up. Yes, so it's an RPG and it's got it's like 2D isometric RPG, and it's not like a Ida Beholder. Well, that's a similar sort of box. If I show you. I'll show you that size like that. So you can imagine if you had a load of these games. There's quite a few. There's about a dozen of these games come out. If you had a load of them, they'd look really good on the shelf. It'd probably cost you about £150 to collect them all, maybe more. Quite a lot in the box, so quickly go through it. 2 discs. We also have. This is great. I haven't played this yet, so I have no idea. 2 dice. Domino, sorry. Instructions about the disc. The rule book. All about rules, you know, like roll dice and stuff like that, don't you? And ball games and stuff like that. So loads of rules, dedicated maps. The other games in the series, which are quite interesting actually, because loads of stuff in here. It shows you Ida Beholder, Champions of Krynn, Secret of the Silver Blades, Curse of the Azure Bronze, and Pool of Radiance. Just some of them, see that? Also, we got an Adventurer's Journal. This has got a few pictures. Like a map there. There's a buxom lady to talk to. And near the back it shows you all the enemy, like golems, dragons, orcs, ghouls, the Death Knight himself, the undead beast, stuff like that. So yeah, it's probably quite an involving, if you like that sort of thing, RPG. But so I never played this back in the day. I only played like Ida Beholder. But this, I don't know, it's cheap. So I went a cheeky bid and won it. So I was the only person to bid on this game, which is quite surprising. It's an adventure game from Lucasfilm, done like Monkey Island, Loom, things like that. And it's a Kix re-release, and I thought it'd be in a small box for some reason, but then I realised Kix XL will come in big boxes. Not quite like the Monkey Island ones that come out. This is slightly different. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Obviously we got Sean Connery and Harrison Ford on the front there. 2 of my favourite actors in one of my favourite films, so pretty good. Back of the box then. Just about see it on the screen. So it's set up similar to like the Monkey Island, stuff like that. This, for an adventure game, is quite small. 3 discs only. Quite surprising. And instructions. There was another Indiana Jones adventure, as well as arcade games. And the second adventure game, I think, on about 10 or 11 discs. So, quite different. Quite a lot bigger, rather. Moving on. A couple more to get through only, don't worry. Won't keep you too long. Player Manager 2. The Chase for Glory. Now, I'm not really sure why I bought this. It's a bit silly, really. I had Player Manager on the PlayStation. You input your name and you can be a midfielder, defender, striker. And you have like a few playing seasons. Although on the PlayStation version, you only manage. You play. Your player plays, but you don't play the arcade game. Whereas this, if I'm right, you can actually play the arcade game as well. Or management and arcade. So there you go. This is for the Amiga 1200 only. It doesn't work on a bog standard Amiga. So it's set up similar to Player Manager on the PlayStation. You can play that. Some arcade screens there, I think. Comes on 4 discs. So I've tried it, as in make sure it works. It's actually sealed, so it does work. 4 discs. So there's a fair bit of disc swapping. There's the manual. Nothing special. obviously it's well out of date for a management game, as without saying. 1996 this come out, so 16 years ago. Quite a long time ago. Yep, so I doubt I'll be playing it too much really. There's quite a bit in there, but out of date now. Excuse me. Okay, I've got another shooter for the collection. And I've been playing this one a fair bit recently, so playing it again quite soon. Probably doing a video of it quite soon rather. You might not have heard of this, because again this was a 1996 release, so way after the days of the Amiga, the golden age of the Amiga. XP8. There are two versions of this game, one for the Amiga 500 and 600, which this is, and an Amiga 1200 version, which obviously looks even snazzier. Some nice screens on the back, see them. I'm not quite sure how many levels are on in this game. I don't think it says, and I can't remember anyway. Oops, box. 3 discs, nicely sealed. And a manual which is Sin Better Days actually. It's a stain on the back. I do hope it's a group. Tells you about a story. Various options you can customise. You get bombs, you get extra shields. There's a few different sort of power-ups and a couple of good weapons in there actually. I managed to get a couple of levels already, so yeah, I might do this soon. The graphics are kind of like ray trace graphics, like you saw in Stardust. So graphically, yeah, pretty impressive. Yeah, the screen lights up when you do like a smart bomb or something like that, I think it is, if I remember rightly. Or shoot a big fella. Anyhow, yeah, that'll be coming up quite soon, I think. Staying with the Amiga, but not a game, I've got this book. I didn't even know there was a book. This book was out there. Sealed. Secrets of Frontier Elite. Now I'm a big Elite fan, the original Elite, on the Amstrad, and quite like the Amiga version too, but I was very fond of the Amstrad version. And I'd already ordered Frontier Elite 2 even before it was actually released. I mail ordered back in the day. So, I didn't get on with it. I actually didn't get on with Frontier. It was a lot harder to get into. The mechanics were different. They're a lot more realistic, which, fair play. I mean, obviously trying to make things quite realistic back in the day. This was come out in 1994, this book. So it's tells you about the trading, how to fly a ship. I'll find another page. Tells you about freelance work. It tells you about battles. It tells you all about the craft as well. Find a 6,000 ton ship you can pilot. Boost your hidden reputation. Learn the best methods of combat. Discover all occupations, stuff like that. I like that. So like I said, I didn't know it existed, but I'll be looking forward to going through that actually. Okay, the best till last, perhaps. Depends. This come through, still in the box actually. This come from Germany. It's an Amiga game I've been after for ages. And finally got it. Coming up. Tarragon 3. I do have Tarragon 3 as in just the disc. Actually I have 2 original discs. Tarragon 3. Now I've got a box. Now this is slightly different to the English release. The English release has a border around the outside. This is the German release, and if you see that there, it says Payment Day. Tarragon 3 Payment Day. Tarragon 3 is the weakest game in the 3 on the Amiga. It completes my collection for Tarragons for the Amiga. Quite weird because the disc says The Final Fight, which Tarragon 2 is called The Final Fight. Box down there for a second. Other games that could be released. Catalogue. The instructions, which obviously in German, because it's the German release. I've got little cartoons drawn in there as well. But yeah, I had to get this to just complete all the Tarragons. The other 2 Tarragon games come in the smaller boxes. Actually, if I can, I'll show you all 3. There we go. All 3 Tarragon games. Still the best one. The consigners didn't get Tarragon 2. The Amiga did. This is a port of Mega Turrican from the Mega Drive, obviously. Back of the box, couple of screens. Don't recall seeing a dinosaur in it, I might be wrong, can't remember. Yeah, really chuffed to have all 3 Turrican games. Pretty awesome. Yes, that's the other thing I was going to say about Turrican 3. Last Turrican 3 from eBay UK went for over £40. Obviously I bid on it, around £40. This from Germany, posted from Germany, delivered to my door, €22, which is what, £17? Brilliant deal if you ask me. Okay, that is it. I do have at least one more rare game to come, it's not arrived yet. It's a GX 4000 game actually, so that'll be in the next video, or Game Editions video. So thanks for watching, I'll see you all soon.